Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Talkmen Tuesday. Sawyer and Angel back at it again. Sawyer, how you doing?
Angel, I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Lakers are on the Western Conference Finals?
Do you know who they're playing?
Nuggets?
The teams that we said were gonna win are playing each other. So one of us will be correct with like our team reaching the finals, which the fact that your team is still in it is insane. But I think it's kind of crazy the fact that we both have the chance of having our team make it to the finals. So go us.
With that being said, we're gonna roll the intro.
Roll it.
It's Tuesday, Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah. Tuesday, Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah.
You cannot count out LeBron James.
You really can't. I mean, and it's been tested and it's been proven. So, because they're the second lowest seed in there. Because I think they're a 7 seed, and I think the Heat are an 8 seed, and so the Heat are playing the Celtics.
That'd be interesting if it's like literally the same result of like the bubble. Hey. What was it? What was the Bubbles finals?
I think it was the Lakers won, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Lakers Celtics or no? It was Lakers Heat.
Ooh.
I think I'm pretty sure it was Lakers Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at it. I know the Heat went far. NBA Finals in the bubble.
Yep. Miami Heat 4-2.
Yep.
Oh. Then they can take off that asterisk with the 2020 bubble. It was a bubble. It didn't count.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
But the fact that LeBron James and the Lakers are still in this is like insane. Who did they beat last round? They beat.
Was it?
Who did
Grizzlies?
they beat? Was the Grizzlies just last round?
It might have been. And then.
Oh yeah, because the Celtics were playing the 76ers. That's what I was thinking. Because that went to Game 7, so that was on for a while.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the Grizzlies. Jay's in the heat of trouble.
Oh, I know. I saw that again. I mean, come on, dude. That's just one of those things where you're not thinking at all, and like, ugh.
He's hanging out around with the wrong crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since, what was it? The first time, was he actually going live or was it his friends live?
I don't know. All I knew is on Instagram Live. That's usually just the headlines that I see. So I don't know if it was on his account. It wouldn't surprise me if it was on his.
Mm-hmm. But this time it was his friend's live account, and he happened to appear in it. It's like, oh. It's like, why?
With a utility item. Like, that's just insane. The guy, he's thinking that he's invincible to this stuff, and like it's finally catching up to him. Like, no, you're not invincible to any of this.
It's like, why? Especially in a car. People don't understand it, like in a gun range or something. But in a car.
Yeah.
Or how was it last time? It was like a club.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah. And I mean, like, I get it if like you're trying to be cool, but dude, you're like the young star of an NBA team. You can have all this money coming your way, and people are just gonna be viewing you as a liability and dropping off, and like all the money that you're gonna lose. But apparently, he doesn't care about it. So,
yeah. I'm like he's like the young star, like the young face of the NBA. It was him and Zion, and Zion's too injured to like actually become the face at this moment. So
I was gonna say he's too injured to do anything at this point. So,
yeah.
He's kind of been like a big bust, and it's like just because of his injuries. It's not like he hasn't been playing well, but he just gets injured all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Which stinks because I know how everybody was so excited for him, and I would say I was a Zion fan. He was fun to watch when he was at Duke and everything, so that was always cool.
Those dunk highlights.
Yeah, I mean the fact that he blew out his shoe. Like, that's cool. He did like a jump stop or something so aggressively that the bottom of his shoe came out. But yeah, I mean, again, just one of those things that you get hurt, you can't be effective if you're not playing, and then it just kind of been going a little bit downhill.
Mm-hmm. So what, he was drafted 2020? Was it?
I don't know when he was drafted. Was it 2020? It was probably either 2019 or 2020, one of those two.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 years ago.
And what? He's probably been hurt 2 out of the 4 years. And then in and out probably those other 2. Because he got hurt pretty early. I think he got hurt like halfway or 3/4 through his rookie year or something like that. And then people are saying, well, even with his numbers, there is a debate, like, can he still potentially win Rookie of the Year, even though he didn't play all the games? Like, I think that there were some talks about that, but...
Oh, snap. Lakers aren't and Nuggets are playing right now.
Oh, I thought that's why we strategically did this podcast for this time. I don't think it's going too well for your Lakers, though.
It's not. 25-37. Nuggets are in the lead.
But I believe this game, though, is being played in Denver. I think the first 2 games are in Denver, then the next 2 are in LA. So I always view it as like, this is just me trying to help you cope with potentially losing. That if you lose, like, just lose the away game. Like, if you can win an away game, that's great. But like, if you lose the away game, it's sometimes expected just because the home crowd.
I was like, hey, people didn't think Lakers were going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, the fact that they made the playoffs, the fact that they made it past the first and second rounds, I think that you can count these as wins.
Ah. It's like, oh, if LeBron James wins another championship, oh,
With this team, if he can win a championship with this team, I think that would be big. And the fact that they just need like Anthony Davis not to get hurt, because Anthony Davis has been consistently hurt, I feel like, the last couple of playoffs, and he hasn't been able to play the entire time. And so the fact that he's been really healthy, I think that's contributing a lot to why they're doing pretty good. Pretty good, why they're a Final Four team.
Denver Nuggets. What do you think from Miami and Celtics?
Who am I rooting for?
Yep.
So I want the Heat to win. I think the Heat would be fun if they won, mainly because I like Jimmy Butler, who's like their big star, just because he used to be on the Bulls. And so if I was going with my heart, I would say the Heat, but my head is like the Celtics are gonna probably just crush them. But again, you never know. I mean, the Heat weren't supposed to get this far. The Heat ended up beating the Bulls, and so that's how the Heat got into it. And so I just like to pretend that the Bulls could have been in the Final Four. I guess I should probably call it the Eastern Conference Playoffs. That's what it is. It's not college basketball, but... And then hockey. Hockey's going off too still.
I need to start watching hockey. What's going on with
No,
hockey?
you don't. I don't really think anything too crazy is happening.
I don't even know the teams. All I know is like the Blackhawks.
Yeah. That's all you need to know.
How are they doing?
Not well. It is very tough being a Chicago sports fan right now. So I'm just hoping again, the Bears coming up. Come on, Chicago Bears.
After you told me that, and then it's like, I hear that over and over.
Yeah.
This is the year. This is the year.
No, I don't even say it's the year. I know it's not the year. I just want it to be the year where we get 500. Just have as many wins as you do losses, and that will be a very happy season for me.
Woo.
And that's how you know it's really bad, when all I'm hoping for is not to have more losses than wins.
What can you talk about the Spurs? San Antonio Spurs.
I don't really know too much about the Spurs. The last time I really paid any attention to the Spurs is when they had like Tony Parker as their point guard. Manu Ginobili was a shooting guard or a small forward for them. And then Tim Duncan was their big guy. So that's the last time, and I think that's just the last time the Spurs have really been relevant too. Is when they had that team with Popovich. I'm pretty sure Popovich is probably the Spurs coach still, but I don't know. I feel like they haven't really done anything too crazy recently.
And that was like LeBron's early years, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean that was what? That was probably 10 years ago. 8, 10 years ago, something like that.
Spurs in the finals. Yeah, because I still remember seeing a clip that like that team was like telling LeBron, "Hey, this is gonna be your league in a while. Let us take this one." Cause I think beat them.
Yeah, the craziest part about the Spurs is like they didn't have any like all-star. That was like right before all of like the super teams started coming out. Like the Spurs never had anybody that was like their superstar that always got the ball. They were just a very good team, and so like they knew how to pass it well. They knew how to work well with one another, so they were fun to watch because of that. I remember.
So yeah, I think. Whoa, have they made it that many times? Six appearances. The last one was in 2012. Before that was like, they had a good run from like 2002 and through like 2007. Oh,
Yeah, I mean that was another. I feel like Popovich has been with them forever.
He's a really good coach, isn't he? Greg Popovich, president of the San Antonio Spurs. Well, he's president. Does that mean he's coach?
No, maybe he's not the coach anymore. Again, I haven't followed them in a very long time. They haven't really been too relevant. And so it's not like I follow all the teams, but like you don't really hear of the Spurs anymore. So they probably needed this number 1 pick.
Dang.
I was hoping that Charlotte would get the number 1 pick. They got the number 2 pick just because I think that they would be a fun team if they got another big person with like LaMelo playing. I think that they could be like a flashy young team just because they've got such bright jerseys and everything like that too. I think that would be fun, but you can still do something with the number 2 pick. It doesn't have to be number 1.
Popovich is 74 years old. He is the president and head coach of the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay, so he still is the coach.
What? Just alone being the coach, like what does the president have to do?
He probably gets say in like other facility-wide things. And so again, can you see how long he's been the head coach for? Because it's gotta be like 20 years or something like that, I would think.
He's the longest. 1996. Started 1996.
1996. So what is that? 20... Oh, I guess 1996, so he's 27 years. Which is insane if you think about it. Just how fast lots of teams go through coaches and everything like that. Just the commitment that they've had to one another. It also probably helps that he's the president. But still. I mean, he's a good coach. If you can watch some funny videos of him, like with reporters, just because he doesn't like giving courtside interviews, things like that. And so he's got some pretty funny highlights.
He's 5 times NBA champion as head coach. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a good run in 2000s. 2003, 2005, and 2007.
That's when Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, all of them were with him. Tim Duncan.
74 years old.
Yeah, that's insane.
On the side of the court, he does not act like 74. I don't know why I think 74, going inside and seeing his passion for the game when he gets upset.
And it's crazy because I feel like 74 years old just seems so old. Like, when I think of 70, and this is like when I was, 10, thinking about 20s and 30s, but you're like, oh my gosh, you're so old. But I feel like the 70s, when I think of that, I think of like just old people sitting in chairs and not moving, things like that. But it's like, no, you're still mobile, but...
Well, 65 is the retirement age.
Yeah. And he's probably good enough to retire if he wants to, but it's one of those things where probably just loves what he's doing. Obviously, for as long as he's been doing it for 27 years, but...
Head coach, president. He's like, what else is he gonna do? He's from East Chicago, Indiana.
Oh, I
It's
was like East Chicago, Indiana. I'm like East
uh,
Chicago is Lake Michigan.
Serbian father and Croatian mother. Graduated high school in 1966. He's in the Air Force. Ooh.
Are you on his Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Does Wikipedia still ask you to donate whenever you log in?
I think it's like certain times of the year when they're like low on funds or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Wikipedia is hosted by the Wikimedia Foundation, a nonprofit organization that allows hosts a range of other products. I feel like Wikipedia lost all of its credibility when anybody could edit any page. And then people would just start doing stupid stuff with it.
you can edit any page.
Yeah, like I could go into like the Chicago Bears page, and I used to be able to go in and edit it and to say whatever whatever I wanted it to say,
Uh-huh.
and then like it would be whatever I put there until somebody who was like a moderator came and like redacted my edit. But it looks like you have to create an account now in order to do some of that stuff. But like that was Wikipedia's big thing, which is why growing up, whenever we were writing papers in school, we were always told Wikipedia can never be a source just because you didn't know if it was true or not.
Yeah, I remember that. And they're like, okay, Wikipedia can't be a source, but if you look at where they got their information from, go to the actual sources and then see if that's a reliable source.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, now you know.
Ooh. How's the gym routine this week?
Oh, poor. But I've got a reason. One, Monday is always my rest day. And I was doing yard work, so it's not like I was just laying around. We had mulch that we had to do. It was the first mow of the year. And so I was able to go out and mow, and so I was still getting work done. So
I was sleeping.
yeah, all of your Snapchats recently just sleep felt so good. Couldn't just like I feel that.
I like wake up at 4 or like 2 more hours of sleep, and I'm like, if I wake up now, I would have had like 5 hours of sleep. 2 more hours of sleep, that makes it 7. That's a better sleep schedule. So I'll go with 7.
I'm thinking about starting to go to bed earlier, just for that very reason of when I wake up, I'm not like, oh, how many hours?
Mm-hmm. What time do you go to sleep?
I usually go into bed around like 10:30, then I'm scrolling on TikTok or something, usually until like maybe 10:50, 11.
And then you wake up at what time?
Wake up at 6.
6. Okay.
But the cat starts meowing and running into the blinds around like 5:30, and so it's like you're half asleep.
So 6.5, 7 hours of sleep.
Yep.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Or what are you
Which
trying
is
to go?
generally fine, but I would love to get like that 8 number. I feel like that 8's that good number to have.
Oh. So what time would you want to go to sleep? You're thinking about.
I think maybe trying like a 9:30 would be interesting, but I also feel like I would just be laying there and not falling asleep. So that would be the issue on that piece.
I tried to do that one time, and they're like, "Angel, you don't get out of the store until like 9:55." Like, God darn it, there goes that plan.
I could dream.
And then a good nighttime routine, like you can shut everything down. But I'm always like, after I get home, I like to spend like an hour of just like somewhat chilling out.
Yeah, a bit of an unwind.
Something I just can't just like shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm done. No, it does not work out. Give me 1 second real quick.
Yep. Welcome back to another edition of Talkmen Tuesday. Angel and Sawyer.
Oh, wait. Hey, do you want to do a BuzzFeed quiz? We haven't done one of those in a while.
Let's do a BuzzFeed quiz. That's a great idea.
Oh, on my jiu-jitsu class on Saturdays, towards like the end of class, we like gather up in a circle, and like the coach is like call somebody out, put them in the middle, and it's like challenge somebody who you find challenging, who challenges you, so you can learn from or something, so you can like spar with them. And I finally got called out, and I'm like, the coach
You got called out? Yeah.
Well, I didn't get called out, but like if somebody challenged me, the coach called me out so I could call somebody out.
Oh, I thought somebody called you out as like, I'm going to challenge you.
The only people I challenged are probably like the two newest guys. One's a girl. So
challenge her. Kick her butt.
I could pin them. But they've had a few weeks in.
Yeah.
Everybody else kicks my butt.
For now.
Luckily, I didn't get submitted when we did that. So I definitely lost my points.
Yeah.
But I did not tap.
Hey, I think that's a progress. That's a step by step in the right direction. So
the guys are like, "Oh, you survived. So that's good." Yes.
do you think is the new girl or the new guy better out of the two of them?
I think the girl, when like they were teaching new techniques, she got it real quickly. And I'm just like, what? Are you sure you've only been doing this a few weeks? Like, yeah, quick learner. Like, okay then, we'll go with what you say.
Yeah, I feel like size doesn't necessarily matter. It's all about being able to, again, leverage your strengths in your body against theirs. And so, I mean, strength probably has a piece of it, but I feel like gender kind of might be equaled out at some levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since doing jiu-jitsu, I now cut my nails for sure weekly.
Yeah.
To make sure your nails are short so you don't like cut somebody like holding them.
Also, I could imagine like you could get your nail like if it's a little bit too long, like torn. Oof.
Yeah, and then like if you're grabbing people and it's like you basically get into their skin, so the toenails and fingernails, cut them. Even like one of the coaches had like a nail marker, like a cut mark, and like this is why you need to cut your guys' nails. You see that? I don't want to see that. Like and then somebody's leg too, so toenails as well.
Yeah.
So this is when people are grabbing each other's skin.
Ugh. The first time I got scratched by somebody, I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
And then the mouth guard, that was another one. You hopefully save yourself from like a cut lip, since like with the mouth guard you're not necessarily cut your lip, and that's another thing I learned the hard way.
Oof.
My lip, I busted my lip doing jiu-jitsu, and like I had a mouth guard, probably that wouldn't happen. So now I have a mouth guard.
Yeah.
So I don't cut my own lip. The guy's like, "You're bleeding. You okay?" He's like, "My gi's good. I'm like, I don't care about the blood." He's like, "Oh, okay. Let's keep going." I'm good.
Ugh. Yeah. Busted lips are the worst because then they just sting for the longest time.
Luckily, it was small, so I didn't feel it, and it was like rolling. So I was just like trying to survive.
Yeah.
Our jiu-jitsu is like I'm trying to survive.
Make it to the next class. That's all you got to focus on.
Like 5-minute rounds. It's like you made it. You didn't tap. Oh.
Yeah.
I love how when people see me like rolling, it's like you survived.
Yeah.
Yes.
I barely. But I'm
The
here.
two videos were right. Just survive. All you need to do is like survive. Like, oh, okay.
Survive, learn new techniques. Survive, learn new techniques. And it's that 1% improvement.
Yeah. And then it's like don't tap out as often. Or but then again, also if you're in a position that's like harmful to you, especially like neck or something, tap.
Yeah.
Especially heel locks. if they got you pinned down, one apparently with the heel locks, you won't necessarily feel the pain until it's too late, and it goes from like no pain to like
Oh,
bad. It's bad, and it's your foot, so you're gonna need that to
yeah.
walk.
Yeah. I think it's pretty important.
It's like the
That just
foundation.
sounds painful. A heel lock.
Mhm.
Ugh.
There was one clip on ESPN. One guy just like, literally went for the heel lock, like submitted the other guy in 12 seconds, 15 seconds, just from
Yeah.
the get go. Didn't go for the punch, just straight for the ankle and got him in a heel lock. And if you don't know jiu-jitsu, yeah, you're done for because you're like, what do I do? What do I do?
Yeah. And that guy's like, why waste energy? Go for the heel. Go for the kill shot. Like,
Oh, yeah. And if you don't tap out, yeah, you
you're
don't want to
asking
see those
for it.
videos.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially with like what is it, arm lock or something like that. People don't
Mhm.
tap. Like, ugh!
Yeah, pop. And
Yeah.
then, you know.
And they still don't want to tap, but the ref's like, you're not gonna be able to move it.
Yeah. I've got a what is your Hogwarts house percentage?
Ooh.
This sorting quiz will tell you which Hogwarts house you truly belong in. It's in the Hall of Fame.
What is your hard work? What is it?
It says, what is your Hogwarts house percentage?
Sorry, we couldn't find.
Oh, maybe just type in this sorting quiz.
April 28th?
Let me click on it and see. January 20th.
January 20th. Darn it. This
Yeah, this sorting quiz will tell you which Hogwarts house you truly belong in.
I got February 13th. No,
Nope.
it says updated 19th.
Yeah, mine says updated on January 19th.
Okay, got it.
Woo! By Ellie Bate.
Yep. This certain quiz will tell you which Hogwarts house you truly belong in. It is perhaps the most important question that a young millennial can ask. What is my Hogwarts house?
All right, this will tell us obviously what our Hogwarts house is, but if we are friends, if we are foes, if we are allies, if we're competitors, all of that good stuff. So, no, none of us will. Hmm?
Did you ever dream about that big guy coming into your house saying you're a wizard?
Hagrid? No, I growing up, like I watched the movies. I was never like a crazy big Harry Potter fan like some people were, and maybe that
Uh-huh.
was just because I didn't read the books or something. But
Uh-huh.
I never wanted to like be a wizard or anything like that. So none of that really got to me too much.
You never repeated spells or thinking they would work.
No, but hey, maybe you gotta try it once or twice to see, just in case.
Maybe I'm a
Well,
wizard.
then it's because like,
No,
oh, I
you're
don't
not.
have the right wand.
Ah! Oh yeah, you need a wand for that. I just did it without a wand. That's probably
See,
why.
that's why it didn't work. Go get yourself a wand, and then you'll be set.
Ah. I actually bought the books for the Harry Potter, and then
Yeah.
like once I bought them, like the high like left, I saw like how big they were. I didn't touch them.
I mean, were huge. And I feel like they came out in a time when I wasn't really into reading either. And so like that didn't help whatsoever about me getting into a book that was a massive book. Like
Mm.
I wasn't the target audience just because of my disinterest in reading at the time.
Yeah. And I think I got it when it was like cool, and then I'm like, this is a huge book. And I might have gotten like through page 1, and I'm like, no, I'll just wait for the movie.
Yeah. I read the first one with my dad. And then after that, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay, you've made it to Hogwarts, which means you've already bought a wand from Ollivander's. What material is at its core? Phoenix feather, dragon heartstring, or unicorn hair?
Mm. Mine's Phoenix Feather. What's yours?
I'll go with Phoenix feather. Cause that like the famous bird that like dies and comes back to life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like unicorn hair. I don't know why it doesn't interest me. Dragon heartstring though. But then again, I want to be able to control a dragon. So that doesn't interest me. But the phoenix feather, I want one of those birds.
During the end of your exams, you notice that one of your classmates was using an enchanted quill. You come top of the class anyway, but they are second. What do? You tell the professor immediately cheating is wrong no matter what. Nothing, but if I hadn't come top in class, I'd definitely tell the professor. Encourage the other student to admit what they've done to the professor. Give them a high five for managing to sneak the quill into the exam.
For those that don't know, can you explain what enchanted quill is?
So it's like
myself?
it's a pen that writes by itself, and so they brought in a pen that did all the work for him, essentially.
Ah, okay.
I'm encouraging the student to admit what they did was wrong. No, that's a lie. I'm switching it. I do nothing.
It's like I'm gonna do this.
Okay. Not my life.
I'm gonna give him a high five for managing to sneak the quill into the exam. It's impressive. I'm like, how'd you do it? He's going somewhere in life. Or she.
They are, yeah.
They are. You might be in a jail. Okay. You would be most hurt if a person called you weak, ignorant, unkind, boring. Definitely unkind.
Yeah, I'm the same exact thing. I feel like we're nice people.
Yeah, what do you mean I'm not nice?
Yeah, you jerk. I did nothing when you brought that cheating quill in.
I gave you a high five.
I thought we were friends.
Unkind. I don't know why that even hurt just reading it. I'm like, weak,
Unkind.
Boring. Unkind, though.
That's deep.
I don't know why, but yeah. Okay.
You're locked in a duel with a skilled opponent. They fire an unknown spell at you, and you shout, Expelliarmus! Protego! Stupefy! Crucio! What one are you yelling?
Crucio. Because that sounds like crucify. So, like, boom. That's my logic.
I'm doing Protego because I think that probably it sounds more like a protection spell. And so if I don't know what's happening, then might as well protect myself.
Let's see. Oh. Ha! Oh, that was okay. Protejo in Harry Potter is a charm that protected the caster with an invisible shield that reflected spells and blocked physical entities. Boom.
Boom.
And Crucio is an extremely powerful spell, torturing the victim and making them take damage over the course of a battle. Known as
So you're hurting them.
Curse. It's one of the 3 unforgivable curses.
Oh, so you're doing a no-no curse.
Yeah.
I feel like you're pointing very heavy Slytherin right now.
Ah! 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 No. Who did Harry? What Harry is Crucio?
I couldn't tell you. Sure.
Yeah. He used it on Mrs. Carroll. Well, anyways, okay.
Sure.
It's your fifth year at Hogwarts, and you just received a howler from your parents. What for? Sneaking into Forbidden Forest at night on a dare, getting caught cheating in my divination owl, being put in detention after I was caught in the library after hours. Nothing. I never do anything to warrant a howler. Is a howler those notes that like yell at you?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay. I remember those. What are you getting yelled at for from your parents?
I think I'm sneaking into the Forbidden Forest.
I'm going with like nothing. I never do anything to warrant a howler.
I'm good, I swear. You're just trying to counteract the Slytherin in you.
I'm a goody two shoes. Unless you try to fight me.
Then I will use an unforgivable spell on you.
There we go. There we go.
Which of these Dumbledore quotes speaks to you? Pity the living and above all, those who live without love. Words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.
I'm stuck between two.
What two are you stuck between?
Words are, in not so humble opinion, our most exhaustible source of magic. And then it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be.
Hmm.
I'm going words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most exhaustible source of magic.
And I'm doing the other one that you were between. I chose that it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be.
Ooh. Okay. Which of these most accurately describe your relationship with your closest friends? I love surrounding myself with people. The more friends I have, the better. I have few very close friends that I will trust with my life. I tend to be worried around new people, so don't make new friends often. I find myself becoming friends with people who can help me to succeed. What do you got?
I feel like the second one, I have a few very close friends that I would trust with my life.
I love surrounding myself with people. The more friends I have, the better.
Alrighty. Which of your skills are you most proud of? My ability to absorb new information, my ability to make new friends, my ability to get what I want, my ability to keep secrets. I'd say secrets for me. I feel like I'm good if somebody tells me something and says don't tell anybody, I won't tell anybody.
It's very rare. I learned that in high school. If somebody tells you a secret, it's like, but they told me not to tell anybody, so don't tell anybody. Like, why'd you do this to me?
Yeah, now you're putting me in a tough spot. I'm not supposed to know.
I'm going with my ability to make new friends. I saw on my Facebook feed somebody got like a blue belt on jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, oh. So next time I see him, I'm like, congrats on the blue belt. Alright, the first Quidditch match of the season is approaching, and you can't wait to get involved. What role are you playing? Seeker, I want the glory. Chaser, I like to be involved and work as part of the team. beater. I like having all that power. They call it the actual beater.
Yeah, it's like the defense person.
Okay. I'll be in the crowd, making sure supporter morale is high. What do you
I'm
think?
going for the glory. Give me the seeker spot. Let me do that. Woo.
Boom. I thought it was funny, like beater, like having all the power.
Yeah, it's like oof.
But I
Gotta
just
be
couldn't.
careful with what you say nowadays.
I feel like I couldn't beat somebody for like the fence.
Mm-mm.
I just couldn't do it. I'm going with secret as well. I want the glory.
You're allowed a pet at Hogwarts: an owl, a cat, or a toad. Which do you bring? Owl, cat, toad, or nothing? I can't be trusted to look after a pet. I feel like I've got to have a cat. I've got 2 cats in real life, so bring one of them with.
That's an easy choice.
Yep.
I'm going owl. Cause like toad, yeah, I don't know what I would do with a toad.
Yeah,
Owl just
toad's kind of
looks
lame.
cool. It's Saturday. You finish your homework and you have some free time. You decide to spend some time away from your common room. Where do you go? The Forbidden Forest, the library, the kitchens, the room of requirement. What is the room of requirement?
So it's a room that only pops up if you need something from it. I'm going kitchens. I feel like I'd be snacking. So I'm going to be going there to eat.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the library.
Nerd.
It's so peaceful. I was thinking about back in the college days. It's just like I'm free. If there's like no party or anything, I'm like, I'm gonna go to the library.
Yeah.
Or even better, I would decide to go to a room from like a building that wasn't used too much and use that as a library.
Mm-hmm.
Just so it wasn't too crowded and it's not too common. So you have the whole room to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like what we did with Lawson.
Oh, Lawson was a good building for some of that stuff, yeah. I used Rawls.
Mhm.
I think that was one. I think.
Just check out a room and be like it's not too full.
Yeah.
Or not full at all. You get the whole room.
Mm-hmm.
Like boom.
Was it my turn? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you see in the mirror of Arist? And so this is like a mirror that you look into and it shows you what you want most in the world. And so myself surrounded by riches, myself surrounded by my loving family and friends, myself knowledgeable above all, myself experiencing a marvelous adventure. Say surrounded by family and friends.
Same. Like family, friends. What matters most in life?
Riches.
Okay. Which of these magic events would you most like to experience? The Treasure World Tournament, the Quidditch World Cup, the Yule Ball, Christmas at Hogwarts. Oh man.
I'm going to the Quidditch World Cup.
Oh
I feel like it's just a big sporting event, so why wouldn't I like it?
yeah. Same. Oh my goodness. Just going somewhere where like the sport is like religion to people, to
Mhm.
town. Oh, that just gives me like goosebumps thinking about it. It's like, what is going on?
You're having trouble mastering a new spell, and you've decided to ask for help. Who do you go to? My professor, of course, my house ghost, my smartest friend, the library. I'll figure it out myself. I feel like I'd go to my smartest friend first, and then if they didn't know, then I'd go to the library.
Yeah, go smartest friend, and then professor. And if I can't understand the professor, the library.
Yeah, the ghost isn't helping either of us. Sorry, ghost.
Me and Mark would go to office hours with a professor, and I'll call Mark out on this one. Me and Mark would sit in the front row, right?
Mhm.
And like, I don't know how Mark had the courage to literally, I guess he was tired, and literally put his head back and start sleeping in the front row.
It's just a bold move. It's a bold move for anybody to do that, but in the front row especially, like.
And then we asked the professor that. He's like, "Yeah." We're like, I was surprised about that. I forgot how he put it, but he was like, "You have a lot of courage to do that in the front row."
I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I swear. It just kind of happens.
He was a cool professor. He was like, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah. He's like, I'm still getting paid whether you're a listener or not.
And sometimes he would like snore, and I'm like, "Mark,
Mark.
like,
Not now.
He's like, what? Oh man. Okay, choose a Deathly Hollow. Yeah, what's a Deathly Hollow?
So it's one of like the most powerful things in their universe. So the Elder Wand is the most powerful wand. The Resurrection Stone lets you bring somebody back from the dead. And then the Cloak of Invisibility is the Invisibility Cloak.
She said the Elder Wand's the most powerful wand.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a cloak of invisibility. Oh my goodness, so much power.
I'm going Invisibility Cloak.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it'd be fun. You can sneak up on people, scare them. All the pranks you could do with it. Or if you just don't want to be around people, you can just put it on and then nobody knows where you're at.
Uh-huh. With the Elder Wand.
Slither in. Easy there.
I'm going Elder Wand.
Which path do you intend to follow after leaving Hogwarts? I'd join the ministry. I'd want to make a difference in the world. I think I'd travel for a while before committing to a career. I'd settle down and start a family as soon as possible. I'd continue to work hard in order to achieve as much success as possible. Well, in honor of my son coming, I'm going to say start a family. I feel like I have to say that one for this one. So.
I think you already said, yeah, you're done with it. You didn't become a professor. Traveling, I guess you do travel somewhat. Like family, you're the quickest one. Friend group to start a family.
Yep.
I'm going with continue to work hard in order to achieve as much success as possible.
Oh.
And finally, we know that Sorting Hat takes into account your preference. So which Hogwarts house do you feel you identify with most closely? Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin.
I don't like that they ask this. Like, just tell me what I am. Don't ask me what I want.
Do you have like a summary of like all four houses, like what the most identify with? By chance?
Mm-mm.
Oh man. Halftime for the Lakers and Nuggets. And guess what? Nuggets are 72 over the Lakers 54.
Oh.
18-point lead. It's not so good. Summary of the So we'll go with Gryffindor. Eh.
You click Gryffindor?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gryffindor.
I'm going to go Hufflepuff.
Ooh.
What's yours say?
You are 30% Hufflepuff, 26% Slytherin, 22% Ravenclaw, and 22% Gryffindor. You often consider the two to be polar opposites, but you are a rarity. A true Hufflepuff with some undeniable Slytherin traits. You strive for success, but would never sacrifice fairness in order to achieve it, which is why you truly belong in Hufflepuff House. Like all Hufflepuffs, you're incredibly hardworking, but you're also fiercely ambitious, meaning that you're successful in every task you set your mind to. Your slightly compatibility with Ravenclaw House hints at an appreciation for knowledge and wisdom, though they are not priorities for you. And Gryffindor is like last? What? This is wrong.
This is a stupid quiz.
I wanted Gryffindor. What is Hufflepuff?
Mine says 36% Hufflepuff, 31% Gryffindor, 18% Slytherin, 15% Ravenclaw. It says you're undeniably a Hufflepuff, but you definitely have some strong Gryffindor qualities. You proudly wear your heart on your sleeve, but you lack the recklessness of a true Gryffindor, which means that you don't act on your feelings without thinking. Your kindness and openness is what originally attracts other people to you, but they stay for your unwavering loyalty, meaning you're constantly surrounded by a large group of friends. Your slight compatibility with Slytherin House suggests a determination to succeed, though not at the expense of traits with your more dominant houses. So we're both Hufflepuffs. Woo! I guess this podcast can continue.
We don't have to kill one another.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff. Interesting.
Learned that about yourself today, didn't you?
I thought I was Gryffindor. I don't know anything about the house.
I'm sure. Wait, I guess you did put Gryffindor.
Mm-hmm. But I think most of the quizzes I usually take for Harry Potter are like, yeah, Hufflepuff or Gryffindor. I'm like, huh.
Yeah. I took one semi-recently, and it said Ravenclaw, and it was the first time I ever got a Ravenclaw, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. Like, I'm definitely not a Ravenclaw, like, because they all are about knowledge and all of that stuff. I'm just like, no. Like, I love a good book and everything, but that's not what drives me by any means. So,
wow. All right, give a question of the day.
yeah, we could just do what house you think you're in.
Ooh.
So, yeah, Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff. So if you want, you could take that Hall of Fame BuzzFeed quiz. Let us know what your percentages are. This is a Hufflepuff podcast. But if you don't want to take the quiz or you've taken other quizzes, let us know what your results were there. We can see what percentage of our audience is in which house just to see who has the majority. But again, right now it's 2-0. Also, we will keep everybody updated because I'm sure that by the time next podcast comes out with the NBA Finals, one of us, Angel or myself, is going to be very happy that we are one step closer to being correct on our guess for the NBA Finals. And so we will let you guys know that more, obviously, next week, whether it's the Lakers or the Denver Nuggets. But
Lakers,
TBD
Lakers.
on that. Nuggets. But we appreciate you all, as always, for taking the time to listen to us. If you guys have any tips, tricks, feedback, let us know to increase the quality for your listening pleasure. If you guys have anything that you want us to talk about, let us know because we're more than happy to give our expert opinions on whatever topics you guys are curious about. But we appreciate you guys again for taking some time to listen to us. But we'll talk with you guys next week. But in the meantime, stay safe, give somebody a hug, and make sure to tell someone you love them. But we will talk with you guys more next week.
Thank you guys.
Peace.